Hello, sweet friends. This is Gina, and welcome to Stellar J Studios. Today, I'm going to talk to you about February good junk mail, March, April, May good junk mail. I'm going to show you some journaling that I've been doing and a couple of projects that I've got going on. I am thrilled you are here with me today. Let's get started. I'm going to pull out my box of February good junk mail. It's ready to go. I'm like I just, this is like, it's even better than the January that I had wrapped up with string. Like this is just, I just want to sleep with it. Just want to put it under my pillow. Each of the envelopes, like I said, they were all different sizes. Some of them had, some decoration on them. Some of them were large, some of them were smaller. So yeah, and each and every one of these, I just put like love into, like every one of these. Trust me, I felt like I was mailing one of my oldest best friends, and I truly hope you feel the love when you open these up. A couple of things. One, I believe that every single thing in them, except for one thing, was either upcycled, recycled, thrifted, or vintage. So the one thing that was not was my homemade sticker. So if you'll remember, in January's Good Junk Mail, I did a homemade sticker of a snowman that I had drawn for my daughter, and I actually printed it here at home. I did that for the February's, but I just felt like I wanted to see what it would be like to have it professionally printed. So the first batch that I sent, I actually sent to a printer in Los Angeles. It was before all the wildfires and mudslides and all that started. So yeah, they still haven't arrived, and I totally get it. So I found another printer, and I placed my order, and of course it was in Texas. So like a week after I sent my order in, or it wasn't even a week after, it was like 2 or 3 days after I sent my order in, Texas got hit with a snowstorm. So those did arrive, and I was able to, that was the last thing that I was waiting for. So those I put into the envelopes, and I got them all sealed up and made sure that the envelopes will stick tight so they don't come open in the mail. And I put all my stamps and stuff on, so they are good to go. So that sticker is the only thing that was not upcycled. Everything else was upcycled, or something that had been thrifted or was vintage, like that came from my collection, or was like, some of it was just stuff that I had lying around that most people might think is actually trash. There are some vintage stickers that will be in this good junk mail, and as with all vintage things, you just have to revive them a little bit. So there's probably, oh, sorry, I just knocked some stuff down. There's probably going to be some that maybe don't have as much stick on the back, so you just want to add a little bit. I just always use a little glue stick. I personally prefer the Elmer's all-purpose glue, just because, I don't know, that's just what I've always used. And I don't use the purple school glue, I use the all-purpose. But anyway, just run a little bit of this along the back and your stickers should stick just fine. So there you go. That's February. I'm excited. But I'm already working on March. Now, for March, I have to have a special sized envelope because the craft that I'm putting in it is a special size. And so I want to make sure that the craft fits into the envelope perfectly. So I'm going to have to, I have to get extra postage on this one. Not all of the ones for February were extra postage. Truth be told, my postal person told me that they could all go regular mail, but I was a little bit concerned because there was a couple of them that were pretty long, and I was afraid that they would get sent back, and that would be awful. So I was extra cautious, and on my bigger envelopes, I did add some extra postage. But on the ones for March, I know they're going to be extra postage because they're going to be in a square envelope so that the craft can fit inside. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I just happen to have a huge stash of square envelopes. So yeah, so that's something to look forward to, and I'm kind of excited. Remember, if you get the spring collection, you'll get March, April, May, but you'll also get a fourth postal love from me. So it won't just be the 3 months, it'll also be the 3 months plus I'm going to send you something else in the mail too. So March, April, May still available. You can do 1 month at a time, or you can do the spring collection. And yes, I have already thought about the summer, and I'm starting to get some ideas. I try to base each month on loosely on a theme. And it's based on what I can find, based on what I have in my stash, or based on if I hit the jackpot at a creative reuse store or at a thrift store and I find something that's really cool, then I will like put everything around that. I did decide that I think I want to have a homemade sticker in each good junk mail. Like I had one in January. I had one in February. And when my order actually comes through from my first order that I made, the one that was in the company in California, I actually have that sticker ready to go. So it can go in one of the months. And then, yeah, so I'm thinking I want a homemade sticker. Either I'll print it here at home, or I'll send it off to a printer shop and have them print it. But I think that'll be kind of cool, and it'll be unique, and yeah, just kind of something fun. Okay, so there is good junk mail. Let's look at, I've been working in my studio a little bit. I think I'm on a quest to see if I can cram the most stuff in the entire world in this room. Now, this room used to be my daughter's bedroom, and since she moved out, I have taken it over. So I keep expanding and changing, but I'm getting to a place where I kind of like it. So basically, I have like my YouTube set up, and my desk is all gonna be over here next to a window. And then you can see I have like my artwork and stuff. I don't know if you can tell, but I have my artwork and stuff up here on my wall. And then I have, this is a table where like my easel is, and so I do some painting and stuff over here. But recently I had moved all of my sewing stuff like up to my son's old bedroom. I've like taken over the whole house. But the problem was I kept running up and down the stairs, getting fabric and sewing and cutting and ironing. So recently I took doors off of the closet over here, and I don't know if you can see this, but I put a table in there and I made it my little sewing alcove. And so I don't have a lot of fabric over there, but I left all the fabric up in the bedroom, but I moved this down here so that I can sew, and I can cut like paper with my paper cutter, but then I also have a mat right here so I can cut my fabric. So here's my newest little thing. I'll move my chair around here. This weekend, I decided to, here, I'll walk around here and show you. This weekend, I put in a table that was in my sewing machine room, and I kind of thought, okay, this will be like my little stationary desk. So this is where I sat down last night and I did all of the February letters. I did it at this little desk. My hope, and I know this isn't going to work, but my hope is that this desk stays clean and cleared off so that when I want to do some sort of journaling, I can sit right here and I can get going. Because usually this table is a mess and usually my desk over there is a hot mess. I also took a box. So most of my stuff in my studio is gonna be recycled or upcycled. Like you're not gonna find a bunch of fancy matched type of containers in here. This, I think, was a container for a baked good. I think it was a cake that we got maybe at Costco. And so this was like the lid that went over it. So this I have turned into a little stationery basket. And I've got all kinds of little fun stationery items and little notepads and my pens and stuff like this. And I'll go through an entire video. If you're interested, I will go through an entire video on this. But yeah, so this is kind of like if I want to sit down and journal, I kind of want to have this with me. This is my journal I'm currently working in. I've showed you guys this. It's my little binder journal. And hold on, let me move. I'm always moving stuff around. It's like everything's always in the way, so I'm always moving stuff around. And by the way, I have a new camera set up, so if it seems a little wonky, it's because I'm testing it out right now, so hopefully it won't be too wonky. I do think I kind of like it. Okay, so this is the one I'm working in right now, and it's my binder, and I've done a couple of videos on them, and I'll link those videos. But I used this fabric that I got at a retirement home thrift store. We've got this retirement home that's in the town I live in. And oh my gosh, it's the best. Like it's got 4 or 5 different little stores that are run by the retirement community. And so one of the best little stores is it's called the Craft. Ooh, is it the Craft Room? I think it might be the Craft Room. Anyway, it's where all the people who live there do little crafts and such, and then they'll resell them in the store. And so, oh my gosh, there's so many cool things there. But they also put in fabric, and they put in, you know, spools of thread and stuff like that that they're not using anymore. And so I found this fabric, and I love it, I love everything about it. So I added this in my journal, but I have some more of this fabric left. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing with it here in a second. So in my journal, let's see, I've got, I think you guys have seen this and this. I think I did just a video last week on this one. There's another one. There's that. I do have a process video on this one. I think I just need to edit it. So we'll put that in, show you that. Oh, check this one out. So let me see if I can open it here. Okay, just playing around with some crayons. And then I made this cute little flap. All right, I want to show you this flap. So here it is. It's these 2 Polaroid or Instax, because I got this Instax printer. And so I made this little flap. And then within the flap, it comes down like that. I love it. So cute. If you are interested, we can do a video and I'll show you how I made that. Let's see what else. So with my new setup here of my my filming, it's kind of having a hard time tracking me because it wants to find me. My camera wants to find me and not my journal, so it's kind of having a hard time showing you the pages because it's looking for my face, so sorry. Oh, it probably would have been better had I just set this down and we did it with the bird's eye view. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, and then this little, I did this the other day with some little oil pastels that I got. So I made that, and I just used a little Post-it, and I think that's all I've gotten done so far. Okay, so let's put that up so my camera can focus on me. Okay, so playing off of that fabric, here's what I've been working on. All right. So thinking of making some journals that use the fabric. So I'm not quite, like, I'm not even ready to share with you what I have yet, because I'm still in the beginning stages, or what I always call my prototyping stage. I love prototyping. So like these would be covers to some journals, and I'm doing them a little different. I've got ones where I've stitched the spine. So like this will be, whoops, I lost you. There we go. Okay, sorry. Sometimes if I move too fast, my camera can't keep up with me. Okay, so this would be a cover where I'll hand stitch it, and I would just have to put my signatures in. I have a couple of journals that are this spiral bound, and I thought, okay, it's time to start sharing the goodness with you guys. So I'm still working on a couple of these. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of them. And I will absolutely go through and do a flip through and show you all of that good stuff before I put them in my Etsy shop. And I know people are always like, they'll email me and they'll say, hey, can I go ahead and reserve that? Here's the thing, guys. I love all of you all, and I want everybody to have an opportunity to get the journals that they want. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here, especially since I don't teach anymore. This is my jam. So I will be making more, and there will always be a supply. As long as I'm here, there will always be a supply of them. It's just that I can't reserve anything because I feel like that would be unfair, and I don't want to be unfair. I want to make everything very transparent and very above board. And, you know, like if I say I have 4 of these that are going to go in my Etsy shop, I don't want to sell them before I actually put them in my Etsy shop, because then that wouldn't be being very fair. So no reserves on these. Like I said, I'll do a whole flip through once I get ready, but like I said, I don't want to give too much away. But I also have these 2 that I've kind of played around with too. So more details about these a little later. And I'm not expecting these to be done, you know, like this weekend or anything. This is just kind of something that I'm working on for the shop a little bit later. Okay. So I have a puppy. I think you guys know that. And my puppy, Wendell, he is 10 months old. And so we go on walks every single day. Sometimes we go on walks more than once a day. Sometimes when it's icy and freezing and snowy with 10 inches of snow, we can't go on walks, and those are really hard days. But whenever we go on walks, I am telling you, I find the craziest things on my walks. Like I'll just look down and I'll find something. There's always something to be found. So the other day we were walking, and I found these 2 little things. It was like back to back. I think it was a sticker at one point, but it had gotten lost probably fell out of somebody's backpack as they were getting off of the school bus. And it was in the snow. And now that the snow has melted, we've had this snow for 3 weeks now. Now that the snow is finally melting, when Wendell and I went for our walk yesterday, or no, I think it was, I don't know, 2 days ago, we went for a walk and we found this. And I picked it up, brought it home, dried it off, well, thawed it out, dried it off, and then found that it was this cute little, these little gingerbread men or something. And so it just got me thinking about, you know, when it's this time of year, and whether or not you have snow, whether or not your snow is white, or if it's the muddy snow, or it's slush, or it's a solid sheet of ice, whether or not you have leaves on your trees or you don't, the ground is kind of hard, it's muddy, there's a lot of browns and grays. Here's the thing. There's always something good out there, even if it doesn't look like it. You look outside and it looks like it's a big, muddy, gross, frozen mess. There's always something good. You just gotta look for it. Maybe it's a really cool tree, or maybe it's the way the sun is shining on a patch of some ice and it kind of looks like it's crystally or something. Maybe it's finding somebody's forgotten trash that you can bring home and stick in your journal. But there's always going to be something out there. If you look for it, there's always going to be something good. But you just got to look for it. It's there. So while I'm rambling on about this, my point is, I know this time of year is hard. I know it gets a lot of people down, and we get in this mindset of we're slow and we're sluggish and we just want spring to hurry up and get here. Remember, this time of year is a time for rest. It's a time for renewal. It's a time to refresh and to use your resources so that when spring does come, you're refueled and you're ready to go, and you're going to have lots of energy, and it's going to be a glorious spring. So take those things now and just like nourish your soul with good stuff, even if it's hard to find. And it is hard to find sometimes. I know, trust me. So go out, see if you can find some good things. And until next time, I hope you're healthy. I hope you're happy. I hope you're safe. I know there's a lot going on with weather and fires and mudslides. I hope you're safe. And I hope you do something creative today. And guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. And thanks for putting up with my wonky filming. Goodbye.